Welcome everyone. I am Madhavi Devarkonda from Aria University. I am a faculty and student services associate helping with this webinar. I welcome Dr. Vasantalakshmi Madam and Dr. Ramakrishna Sastri Garu to this webinar named Function of Word in Sanskrit Shastras. Aria University is a vast accredited university offering programs in fine arts and languages. Anyone who is ninth grade and above can join our diploma and certificate programs. For master's programs, anyone with an undergraduate degree is eligible. You can reach out to admissions for further questions and fill out the tiny URL link that I will be posting in the chat box. Now I request the professors to start the webinar. Thank you, madam. Thank you, sir.
Namaste, everybody. Welcome to this webinar. I am Ramakrishna Sastri. Want to put before you the philosophy of grammarians. Every human being, according to Indian culture, has 4 responsibilities or 4 rights. Those are dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. The moksha, that is self-realization or liberation, is ultimate goal for human life. To achieve this goal, the ancient Indian philosophers established 6 various paths. They are called darshanas. Nyaya, Vaisheshika, and Sankhya, Yoga, and Purvamimamsa and Uttaramimamsa. These are 6 darshanas which are established by our ancient Indian philosophers. And there are another 6 ancillaries who are known as Vedangas. Shiksha, Vyakaranam, Chandaha, Niruktam, Jyotisham, Tatha, Kalpascheti, Shadangani, Vedasyahur, Manishinaha. So, we have 6 darshanas and 6 Vedangas. There is another verse which included the Vyakarana as a darshana among the 6 darshanas. Jaiminehe Panineschaiva Vyasasya Kapilasya cha Kanadasya Akshapadasya Darshanani Shadiyavahi. Here, the Purvamimamsa of Jaimani, Vyakarana of Panini, Uttaramimamsa, that is Vedanta, of Vyasa, and Sankhya of Kapila, Vaisheshika of Kanada, and Nyaya of Akshapada, that is Gautama. Here, the Sankhya and Yoga are united because there is only single difference between the Sankhya and Yoga. Just Sankhya does not accept Ishvara. Yoga accepts Ishvara. So, Sankhya is called Nirishvara and Yoga is called Sesvara. So, in the above verse, these two are united and indicated by the word Kapilasya. Anyhow, the ancient philosophers accepted Vyakarana also as a darshana. Darshana means by which we can get the knowledge of Atma. Drishyate anena iti darshana. That means darshana is an instrument to get the ultimate goal, that is moksha. According to grammarians, Shabda is treated as Brahma. So through this grammar, we can achieve the ultimate goal, that is Brahman. In Vakyapadiya, Bhartruhari says, Shabda Brahmani Nishnataha Param Brahma Adhigachyati. That means who gets the knowledge of Vyakarana, of Shabda Tattva, he can get the knowledge of Brahman. And also he says, Anadi Nidhanam Brahma Shabda Tattvam Yadaksharam Vivartate Ardhabhavena Prakriya Jagato Yataha. That means the ultimate reality, Brahman, which is without beginning and end, is of nature of Shabda Tattva, and from it are manifested all the objects of the world and the whole universe. Vivartate ardhabhavena prakriya jagato yataha. According to Indian philosophers, the word is derived from the one Brahman. It is called by them Vivartavada. That means this whole world derived from the Brahman. There are another two theories also there, Parinamavada and Satkaryavada. Sankhya says Satkaryavada. The Nayayika says Parinamavada. Anyhow, by the Vedantins, these through the Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita and Brahma Sutra, the Vivartavada is established. So, Bhartruhari also followed the same. He proposed in this verse, Vivartate Ardhabhavena. So, the whole world as derived from the one Brahman. And he says, Idam Adyam Padasthanam Siddhi Sopana Parvana Iyamsa Mokshamanana Ajumma Rajapaddhatihi. The one who wants to step in the path of moksha or liberation, that means this Vyakarana is the first step. And This is also a royal path to get the moksha. Iyamsa mokshamananam ajihma rajapatati. Ajihma, there is no turnings. This is a straight royal path to get the moksha. So, we have to know about the Shabda to understand that it is Shabda Brahman. So, how can the Shabda was produced? It is described by Panini in his Siksha. The production of word or vak. He says, Atma buddhya sametyarthan mano yukte vivakshaya manaha kayagnivahanti saprerayati marutam. Marutastu urasi charan mandram janayati swaram saha udirnaha sodirnaha मूर्ध्नि अभिहतः वक्त्रमापद्य मारुतः वर्णान् जनयते. Atma, the self, cognizes the objects with the mind and endows it with the desire to give expression to them. The mind strikes at the bodily energy, that is Kayagni, which is already exists in our body. And the energy sets the breath. Saprerayati marutam, in motion. The breath moves upwards and produce the sounds slowly. This is the process of Varnotpati, the production of vak or production of words. According to grammarians, there are 4 stages of Shabda. Paravak Mula Chakrastha Pasyanti Nabhi Samsthita Hridistha Madhyama Dhyeya Vaikhari Kantha Deshaga. Para Pasyanti Madhyama Vaikhari. Among these 4, Para is does not known by anyone. So there are 3 stages are mentioned in the following verse. Vaikharya madhyamayascha pasyantyascha etadadbhutam aneka tirtha bhedayah trayya vacha parampadam. By these 3 stages of the word, we can get the parampadam, that means Parabrahma. The 3 aspects of word seems to be the 3 stages through which it passes whenever one speaks. When the word, which is first quite internal, as externalized for the purpose of communication. The word already exists in our body in the form of para. Para becomes pasyanti and gradually madhyama and comes out as vaikhari. Vaikhari is known to the listener. Pasyanti madhyama is known to the speaker only. Madhyama is only known to the speaker. Vaikhari is known to speaker and the listener. After listening the Vaikhari, the listener can understand the meaning of the word which is produced by the speaker. And next, Vaikhari, some description of these stages of the word. Vaikhari, Shabda Nishpatti, Madhyama Sruchi Gochara, Antarartha cha Pasyanti, Paravak Anapayini, or Sukshma Vak Anapayini. Here the four stages of the word are mentioned: Vaikhari, Madhyama, Pasyanti, and Para. Shabda Nishpatti, the production of word or the externalization of word, that is called Vaikhari. It is known to the speaker and the hearer. Madhyama Shruti Gochara, it is only known to the speaker. Antarartha cha Pasyanti, it is only known by the yogin. That means yogi can understand the word which is in the stage of Pasyanti in his Savikalpa Samadhi. And also he can understand the Para in his Nirvikalpa Samadhi. There are two stages of Samadhi. That is called Turiyavastha, fourth stage of yogi. In that stage, one is Savikalpa Samadhi. That means the mind is working in that stage. In the second, that is Nirvikalpa Samadhi, mind also cannot work. So it mingled with the Atma. That stage is Nirvikalpa Samadhi. In that stage, the yogi can understand the Paravak. Vaikhari, the most external of all stages, the Vaikhari is described. In this stage, it is uttered by the speaker and heard by the hearer. It is closely associated with the organs of articulation. It is also associated with the prana, which strikes against the organs of articulation at the time of utterance and brings about temporal sequence. Its chief characteristic is that it has fully developed temporal sequence. The words uttered or the letters uttered by the speaker are arranged in a sequence. The sequence can be known by the hearer, and then can only he understand the meaning of the word. Next, we are going to descending order. That means Vaikhari, Madhyama, Pasyanti, and Para. The process of production starts from Para. Para, Pasyanti, Madhyama, Vaikhari. So to understand, for the purpose of understanding, I want to describe in the descending order. So the next one is Madhyama. The next stage is Madhyama. its association is chiefly with the mind, the intellect, and not with the organs of the articulation. It is the word conceived by the mind before its actual utterance. And there is no actual utterance, there is no real temporal sequence in Madhyama. But we cannot say absolutely, absolutely it is not there. But it is not absolutely without it. It is in a subtle form. As it as it is prana which brings about fully developed sequence in the Vaikhari stage. That means according to the grammarians, the Vaikhari has a sequence of letters. The Madhyama has no sequence of letters. Absolutely, we cannot say there is no sequence, but it is not known by the by others. It is only known by the speaker. So he can understand the meaning of the Madhyama Vak. Next is Pasyanti. The next stage and the innermost, the Pasyanti is more detailed but also more abstruse. It is also said to have infinite varieties because it is not known to the general speaker, common speaker, and the hearer also. In the stage of Pasyanti, it has so many varieties. It is also described as being of a lower and a higher kind, and it is beyond the range of verbal usage. That means in the stage of Pasyanti, there are no letters, there are no words, there are no sentences. So it has no a verbal usage. So it is called beyond the range of verbal usage. It is only known to yogi in his fourth state, that is Savikalpa Samadhi. Para is called as a, it exists in the air stream. Up to Pasyanti, Para comes to Pasyanti stage and it is developed as a sound stream. From that it comes to buddhi, intellect, or in mind. In the mind, it is called Madhyama. In this stage, it has linked with the meaning. And Para is known as Swarupa Jyotirevantaha Paravak Anapayini. Swarupa Jyotirevantaha Paravak Anapayini Tasyam Drushta Swarupayam Adhikaro Nivartate. The Paravak exists in Mooladhara Chakra. By the movement of the air, it is known to, it is developed to, or it starts to process the production of a word. That is the stage of Paravak. So it cannot be destroyed, or it never destroyed. it is always in the Mooladhara chakra. So that is called Shabda Brahma. And these three stages, Vaikhari, Madhyama, and Pasyanti, are the three stages of the word. In Shabda Purva Yoga, that means in the stage of Para. On the other hand, one begins the ascent from the Vaikhari and goes up to Pasyanti, otherwise called Pratibha or Prakruti, and even beyond to Paraprakruti. The only thing which emerges from all these considerations is that Shabda Purva Yoga, that means in the stage of Para Vak, or it is also called Vag Yoga, is a kind of meditation aimed to raising the level of consciousness to the highest stage of the world. That means the Paravak is the highest stage of the world. Absolute absence of differentiation and sequence of any kind is mentioned as the chief characteristic of the meditation. That means there is no sequence at the stage of Paravak. Here, the Hela Raja, the commentator of Vakyapadiya, he says, Pranavrutti Matikrante Vachas Tatve Vyavasthitaha Krama Samhara Yogena Samhrutya Atmanamatmani Vachaha Samskaramadhaya Vacham Jnane Nivesyacha Vibhajya Bandhananyasyaha Krutva Tam Chinna Bandhanam Jyotihi Antaram Asatya Chinna Grandhi Parigraha Parena Jyotisha Ekatvam Chitva Grandhin Prapajyate Tatra Achidyante Hrudaya Grandhi Tasmin Drushte Paravare. This is the verse said by the Vedantis. So, at the stage of Paravak, all the limitations are broken. And the Shabda Brahma is established by the grammarians in various stages. The Mahabhashyakara of Patanjali, the Mahabhashyakara, at the time of the description of a word, he says, Ekah Shabdaha Samyak Jnataha Shastranvitaha Sushtu Prayuktaha Swarge Loke Kamadhuk Bhavati. That means the knowledge and the usage of correct word produce spiritual merit which leads to Abhyudaya. That means permanent happiness, that is called moksha. The happiness here and beyond it. It also enables the aspirant to practice Shabda Purva Yoga, which ultimately leads to liberation. Which means going beyond differentiation and sequence, beyond ahankara, and becoming one with the inner world. This is described by Patanjali, and Vakyapadiye, in Vakyapadiya Bhartruhari says, this verse already mentioned by me, Anadi Nidhanam Brahma, Shabda Tattvam Yadaksharam, Vivartate Ardhabhavena, Prakriya Jagato Yataha. The ultimate reality, Brahman, which is without beginning or end, is of nature of the world, Shabda Tattva, and from it are manifested all the objects and the whole universe. The ultimate reality is one, but it manifests itself as many because of its many powers. It does so, however, without losing its oneness. It is not different from its power, but appears to be different. Among its many powers, time is the most important. It is one, but divisions are superimposed on it. All the different kinds of changes which bring about multiplicity in being. Here, the Yaska, the writer of Nirukta, he says, Shadbhava Vikara. So, it is one, but the changes are imposed on it. The ultimate, which is one, contains the seeds of all multiplicity. It manifests itself as the experienced and the experience itself. Triputi in Vedanta, they says Triputi, that means Jnata, Jnaya, Jnana. These three are same at the stage of Atma Jnana or at the stage of experience of Brahman. These three are one. That means at the stage of practice, the practitioner is there, the practice is their action, and the goal is there. Lakshya is Jnaya is there. Differently it is known. Who wants to know it? So he is called practitioner. He wants to know the ultimate goal. And the action practice is also there. So at the time of the early stage of experience of oneness, there are three: Jnata, Jnana, Jnaya. When it is experienced, that means the oneness is experienced, then there is no differences. That means there is no three. There is one. That is the philosophy of Vyakarana or other Advaita Vedanta also. Now, who come to know about the spota. In general, according to the definition of spota, sputati arthaha asmat iti spotaha. The word from which we know the meaning is called spota. Here, Bhartrihari says there are two words, Nitya and Anitya. Here he says Nimitta and Karya. That means Karya, Karana. Originally, these two are mentioned as Karana, but among the both, one is Karana and another is Karya. He says in this verse, Dva upadana shabdeshu shabdau shabdavido viduhu. Upadana shabdeshu dvau shabdau shabdavido shabdavido viduhu. Ekaha nimittam shabdana aparaha arthe prayujyate. Here the word shabdau indicates the words Vaikhari and Madhyama. The Vaikhari is used to express or to carry the meaning. Actually, it indicates the Madhyama word by which we know the meaning. According to grammarians and the writings of the commentators of grammar books, that is Vakyapadiya, Mahavashya, and so they decided that we know the meaning of the word in the stage of Madhyama. There is a cause, it will be said later. Vaikhari cannot express the meaning by its own. Only the Madhyama is externalized as Vaikhari. So Madhyama is linked up with a meaning. That means in the stage of Madhyama only we know the meaning of the word. Afterwards, it is externalized as Vaikhari. So they say at the stage of Madhyama, it gives the meaning. So they say that is the spota word, spota shabda. So here, Vaikhari cannot express the meaning by its own. It is only vehicle of Madhyama. According to Shastra Maryada, that means practice of this grammar, the Vaikhari is Vyanjaka of Madhyama. That means when the word externalized and uttered by the speaker, then it is known or it is heard by the hearer. Then he can understand the meaning of that word. That meaning also he knows because of his Madhyama word. Already there is a Madhyama word in his mind which is produced by the speaker. After hearing this word, he knows the meaning of that word through his Madhyama word. So here the Vaikhari word is indicator of Madhyama. So Vyanjaka of Madhyama. And which is Vyangya, that Madhyama is Vyangya. Vaikhari is Vyanjaka. So the Madhyama is considered as spota. And also in Mahabhashya, the description at the time of description of the purpose of Vyakarana, he mentioned this mantra. It is Rug mantra, Rugveda mantra. Chatvari srunga trayo asya padah द्वे शीर्षे सप्तहस्तासु अस्या त्रिधा बद्धो वृषभोरो रवीति अहो देवो मर्त्यागुम आविवेशा. Here द्वे शीर्षे, here Patanjali says द्वे शीर्षे द्वौ शब्दात्मानौ नित्यः कार्यश्च. The word which is produced by the speaker, known as Vaikhari, is anitya. The word which is in the mind of speaker at the stage of Madhyama, that is Nitya. Kayataha sit Vyangya Vyanjaka Bhedena. Karyaha Shabdaha Vyangyaha. Nityaha Karyaha Shabdaha Vyanjakaha. Nityaha Shabdaha Vyangyaha. Here Nagesha says Vyangyaha Antaraha. That means Madhyama. Vyanjakaha, Vaikhari, that is externalized word. So, by these words also, we can understand that Madhyama is Spota. And here I want to conclude it. The Spota is Madhyama word by which we can understand the meaning of a word. And Shabda Brahma, as mentioned earlier, this Vyakarana is a royal path to achieve our goal. So, once again, I mention the verse of Bhartruhari, Anadi Nidhanam Brahma Shabda Tattvam Yad Aksharam, which cannot be destroyed or which never destroyed. Vivartate ardhabhavena prakriya jagato yataha. By these words, I conclude my paper, my presentation. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Master. Now, I am STG Vasantalakshmi and I start my presentation. So far, what Shastras has explained is the Sukshma Rupa of the Shabda. And now what I'm going to focus on is the Sthula Rupa of the Shabda. Vaikhari Shabda, for that matter. And it is said that now for my presentation, I take I refer to Kavya Prakasha of Mamata Bhatta. Completely, I focus on Kavya Prakasha only because he discussed the Swarupa of the Shabda to explain what Vyangya, what Dhvani is. Dhvani is the Vyangyartha, which is established by Anandavarthana around 10th and 11th centuries. Then he was supported by, while all other scholars refuted his Siddhanta, he was supported by Abhinavagupta, who wrote Lochana Vyakhya for his Ananda Dhvanyaloka Grantha, and Mamata Bhatta, his successor, who wrote Kavya Prakasha. So, in order to establish Dhvani in a proper way, he explained the Swarupa of the Shabda clearly. So, I take Kavya Prakasha Grantha as my basis for representing my topic. He says, Shabda is of three kinds. There are three kinds of Shabdas. Vachaka Shabda, Lakshanika Shabda, it is also called Lakshaka Shabda, Vyanjaka Shabda. A Shabda can be Vachaka when it denotes a meaning, when it denotes its direct, and it becomes Lakshanika when it implies a meaning. This actually, this implication is done by the artha, the meaning of the sentence there, meaning of the word there, but it is taken as it is considered the vyapara, considered the action of the Shabda itself. So that Shabda itself is called Lakshanika Shabda or Lakshaka Shabda. And the third one is Vyanjaka Shabda, a suggestive word, a word that suggests another meaning that is totally different from the meaning that is expressed or denoted by it. So these are three kinds of Shabdas. These three kinds of Shabdas have three Vyaparas. Three Vyaparas means three functions, three different functions. Vachaka Shabda has Abhidha Vyapara. Abhidadhati iti Abhidha. It says, it expresses. So Abhidha denotation is the Vyapara, of Vachaka Shabda. Then Lakshanika Shabda has Lakshana Vyapara. Lakshana Vyapara, which is also known as, which is indication. Okay. Then Vyanjaka Shabda has Vyanjana Vyapara. Suggestion. It suggests. Suggests in the sense, it first expresses, it first denotes, and then it suggests. So these two at once are the Vyaparas of the same Shabda. The same Shabda, which is Vachaka, can also become Vyanjaka. So the difference, okay, let us continue. Then Vachaka Shabda through Abhidha Vyapara denotes Vachyartha. Vachya Artha, denoted meaning that is denoted. Then Lakshanika Shabda or Lakshaka Shabda with its Lakshana Vyapara implies Lakshyartha. Lakshyartha, which is implied meaning. Then Vyanjaka Shabda with Vyanjana Vyapara suggests Vyangyartha. Vyangyartha, the suggested meaning. The connection between Vachaka Shabda and the ultimate phalita of Vachaka Shabda is Vachyartha, that is Vachyartha, is Vachya Vachaka Bhava. Vachya Vachaka Bhava is the relation between Vachaka Shabda and Vachyartha. Lakshya Lakshaka Bhava is the connection between Lakshanika Shabda or Lakshaka Shabda and Lakshyartha. Vyangya Vyanjaka Bhava is the relation between Vyanjaka Shabda and Vyangyartha. Then these three Shabdas denote their meanings under certain conditions. Words in the sense, here we should not take the word as a single word, a word which is in a sentence. Condition for a word to be related with its meaning in a sentence conditions are Akanksha, Yogyata, and Sannidhi. Akanksha means mutual requirement. Ramaha vanangachati. Athava Ramaha gachati. When you say gachati, kaha gachati becomes the immediate akanksha, immediate inquiry. If you say Ramaha, what of Rama? That would be the Rama Kinkaroti is the immediate akanksha. So the words should have mutual connection or mutual, these words require a connection between or among themselves. That is what is called akanksha. Then yogyata. Yogyata means compatibility. What is compatibility? When you have to say something or when you utter a sentence, the Kartruvachaka Shabda and the Kriyavachaka Shabda should go with each other. They should be compatible to each other. For example, Vanhina Sinchati. Sinchati is the Kriya. Sinchati means soaking or making it wet is the Kriya. And the Karana for the Kriya is here, it is mentioned as Vanhi. Vanhina Sinchati. Vanhi Shabda is used in Tritiya Vibhakti, so it is Karana. So it has to become a Karana for the Kriya of Sinchanam, soaking. But does the fire or can the fire be instrumental in soaking? Soaking can be done only with water or with any other liquid. But even in other liquids, there is water only, right? So Sinchanam is the Kriya that can be done only by water, which is not possible for Vanhi. So Vanhina Sinchati is an incompatible sentence. So this compatibility is also required for compatibility or yogyata is another factor that makes a sentence meaningful. Then Sannidhi. Sannidhi, proximity. Proximity means nearness. Now, suppose you say Ramaha now and later, after 10 minutes, you say Gachati. We cannot connect the Ramaha Gachagaba, these two words and make it a sentence as Ramaha Gachati. So, Akanksha, Yogyata, Sannidhi. These three are the first requirements of a sentence to express its meanings. Then, the next is what is Abhidha. Now, let us talk about the functions of the word. What is Abhidha? Sakshat Sanketitam Yordham Abhidhatte sa Vachakaha. Sakshat Sanketitam Yaha Artham Abhidhatte sa Vachakaha. This line is taken from Kavya Prakasha. Saha Vachaka Shabdaha. That is the Vachaka Shabda Yaha Abhidhatte, which expresses or which denotes Sakshat Sanketitartha. Sakshat Sanketitartha means the direct conventional meaning. Direct conventional meaning means every word has a sense associated with it or a sense that assigned on it. And every sense has a word to express it. That is why these two are inseparable. Word and sense are inseparable. The word and meaning. That's why Kalidasa in his as the first shloka of his Raghuvamsha says, Vagartha viva sampriktau vagartha pratipattaye jagatah pitarau vande Parvati Parameshwaru. Parvati Parameshwara, Parvati and Parameshwara are sampriktau, are inseparably together. Vagarthau iva, like the word and meaning. Then, since every word has a sense that is associated with it, that is clung to it, the word that expresses its meaning, sakshat sanketitartha, that is directly associated with it, or the directly the meaning that is assigned upon it is the Vachaka Shabda, and the Vyapara which is there in it, or which is the Vyapara which through which the word expresses is Abhidha. Right. Sanketitaha Chaturbhedaha Jatyadihi Jatirevava. What is this Sanketitartha? This is a 4 kinds. Chaturbhedaha. This is a 4 kinds. Jatyadi. Jati, Guna, Kriya, and Vaktru Yadrucha Sanniveshita. But first, let us deal with them one by one. Jati means community. What is meant by community? It is not the community that we this community is not used in the sense that we are using it nowadays. No. Jati means, suppose you say, gau. This word expresses not only this cow in our presence, but also all cows in the world. So the word gau expresses gotva jati, manushyaha, pakshi, or kakaha, chatakaha, whatever you say. Every word is a jati vachaka. Because this chatakaha, kakaha, manushyaha, all these words can be applied to not only the manushyaha, kakaha, chatakaha in our presence, but also to all innumerable manushyas, innumerable kakas, innumerable chatakas, which are there all over the world. So every word is a jati vachaka. Then what is guna? Guna is a quality. Shuklatva, Krishnatva, Sthulatva, Krishatva, Pramshutva, Prakhvatva. All these are Pramshutva, then Krasvatva. All these are Gunavachaka Shabdas. These Gunavachaka Shabdas express the quality in that particular object, what we are talking about. So these are all Gunavachaka Shabdas. Then Kriya, action. Gachati, likhati, pathati, modate, edhate. All these are kriya vachaka shabdas. Then vaktru yadruchha sanniveshitas. Vaktru yadruchha sanniveshita means vakta means the speaker. The speaker attaches a haphazard group of words, a group of letters fastened upon an object by the speaker to express some meaning or to have a purpose. All these are namavachaka shabdas. Namavachaka shabdas means in Shastra they say ditha, dapitha, ityadi shabda. Means this, and it can apply to the words, to the names which parents are giving to their children. They don't have any meaning at all. They have only sound, letters and sound. All these are Vaktru Yadrucha Sanniveshitas. So, Jativachaka Shabdas, words, nouns, then Gunavachaka Shabdas, adjectives, then Kriyavachaka Shabdas, verbs, then Vaktru Yadrucha Sanniveshitas, names. All these are the Sanketitartha of a word. Then Samukhyarthaha tatra mukhyo vyaparaha abhidha uchyate. Saha mukhyaha arthaha. The Sanketitartha, the Sakshat Sanketitartha is the mukhya artha, is the direct meaning, the primary meaning of the word, and tatra vyaparaha abhidha uchyate. And abhidha is the primary action, primary function of this word. So this mukhya we will hereafter we deal with the vachyartha with the name mukhyartha only, because this mukhyartha only is used as a technical term here. So mukhyartha is the primary meaning of the word, and tatra vyaparaha, the vyapara, the function that brings out mukhyartha is abhidha. Then comes the next vyapara, that is lakshana. Mukhyartha badhe tad yoge rudhitaha atha prayojanat anyortho lakshyate yatsa lakshana aropita kriya. Mukhyartha badhe, when there is badha to the mukhyartha. What is badha? Mukhyartha is precluded by incompatibility. Badha is incompatibility to mukhyartha. And like vanhina sanchati in the previous sentence. Okay, vanhina sanchati is not a correct sentence because the mukhyartha is precluded by incompatibility. Then mukhyartha badhe tad yoge. And when there is connection with the mukhyartha. The Mukhyartha is not directly able to give the proper meaning, but there is still association with the Mukhyartha. Rudhitaha atha prayojana. When these two conditions are prevailing, and Rudhitaha, either due to Rudhi, Rudhi means usage, regular usage. For example, Pankajam. Pankajam means sapanka jayate iti pankajam. Something that rises from panka is pankajam. There are many things that rise from panka, that are grown, that are born and grown in panka. There are other water weeds are there, then insects are there, many things are there. But pankajam is fixed only in the sense of kamalam, a lotus. This is what is called rudhi. Then rudhitaha atha prayojana, or the poet or the speaker means he has a purpose in his mind, that is why he used this incompatible sentence due to prayojana. Rudhitaha atha prayojana anyorthaha lakshyate yat. From which word anyaha arthaha lakshyati? Another meaning different from the Mukhyartha is because there is no Mukhyartha there, because it is precluded. There is no proper Mukhyartha, but this Mukhyartha, Lakshyate, it gives out another meaning, yet sa, from which the Mukhya, another Lakshyartha comes out, is Lakshana Aropita Kriya. That is Lakshana Vyapara Aropita Kriya. Kriya, this Kriya of implying the another meaning is Aropita, is superimposed on the Artha, actually the precluded Artha. So, what is Lakshana? What is Lakshana and Mukhya Artha Badha, Tad Yoga, Rudhi or Prayojana. These four factors are there. Let us take the first example, Gangayam Ghoshaha. Ghoshaha means a hamlet, a small village. Gangaya, on the river or in the river. On the river is not right as far as Sanskrit sentence is concerned. In the river, Ganga. Ganga is a pravaha. And this Ganga Pravaha can never station or can never house a village. Ganga cannot become the Adhikarana of Ghosha. So this Gangayam Ghoshaha, in this sentence, the Mukhyartha is precluded. Mukhyartha has a Badha. Then Tad Yoge. Now there is yoga with the Mukhyartha. Gangaya, with Ganga, there is yoga. Yoga to what? Ganga Tira, the bank of the river Ganga. Okay, then we have from this sentence, we take Gangayam Ghoshaha. From this sentence, we take another meaning, Ganga Tire Ghoshaha. Ganga Tire means on the bank of the river Ganga, there is Ghoshaha, there is a hamlet. When you can directly say Ganga Tire Ghoshaha, what makes you to use this incompatible sentence? Why should you use this Badhita Mukhyartha? Then comes the actual purpose. The purpose of saying Gangayam Ghoshaha. Gangayam, whatever qualities the river, whatever virtues the river Ganga has, such as Shaitya and Pavanatva. All these qualities are there even in the village, even in the hamlet. That is what the poet means to say. So, with this purpose, keeping this purpose in view, he said, Gangayam Ghoshaha. These kind of sentences we use very regularly. These Lakshanika prayogas without our knowledge, without knowing, without realizing that it is a Lakshana Vyapara, it is we are using Lakshaka Shabdas and we are bringing out Lakshyartha through Lakshana Vyapara. We use so many sentences like this. తెలుగులో చెప్పాలి అంటే కొంప కొల్లేరైపోయింది ఇలాంటి మాటలు వాడతాం. Can a house or a family become kolleru completely? No. So it has become as completely turbulent as a kolleru. So this is the sentence with which has a purpose. Mukhyartha badha, tadyoga and prayojana. And now comes rudhi. Karmani kushalaha. This is the example for the rudhi lakshana. Kushalaha actually means the one who can cut darbha grass carefully. Kusham lati iti kushalah. The one who cuts darbha grass. This cutting of darbha grass involves a lot of skill, because there will be other weed mingled with the darbha grass. He has to hold it carefully. He has to separate darbha grass from the other weed carefully. And then when he holds it with his hand and cuts it, his hands may get cut, because blades of darbha grass are very sharp and very pointed. So without getting his hands either pricked or cut, he cuts darbha grass carefully. So that's why kushalaha means the one who cuts darbha grass. Now, are we using kushala shabda only in that sense? No. Nowadays we are using it as we using this word as a synonym to someone who is skilled. The one who is skilled in any work is kushalaha. Karma kushalaha, gana kushalaha, adhyapana kushalaha. Many sentences we use like this. Now, when you say karmani kushalaha, if you have to say the literal meaning, the mukhyartha of the sentence, he is a grass cutter in all words, or he is a darbha cutter in all words. Mukhyartha badha, it is the meaning is incompatible. So you have to take the lakshyartha. Kushalaha means skilled. You take through rudhi. Through rudhi, you take the meaning as kushalaha, for the word kushalaha, as skilled, the one who can perform any job very skillfully. Then karmani kushalaha, then this sentence has a proper meaning as the lakshyartha. Karmani kushalaha means the one who can perform his job, who is skilled in any work. So this is how with mukhyartha badha and tadyoga, either rudhi or prayojana play a role in bringing out lakshyartha. Then comes vyanjana. Anekarthasya shabdasya vachakatve niyantrite sanyogadhyaihi avachyarthadhikrit vyapritihi anjanam. Anjanam or vyanjanam. Visheshena anjanam. Okay, vyanjanam means vyanjana vyapara or vyanjaka shabda. Vyanjana vyapara is the vyapara is the function of the word. Anekarthasya shabdasya vachakatve niyantrite sanyogadhyaihi avachyarthadhikrit. Avachyarthadhikrit, which denotes a meaning which is different from vachyartha, which is different from the mukhyartha, when the mukhyartha is niyantrite. Niyantrite means restricted by, or restricted to one sense by sanyogadya anekarthasya shabdasya. When the word has anekarthas, several arthas, multiple meanings. The word has multiple meanings and it is restricted to express this particular meaning which the poet wanted to mention. Sanyogadhi, through factors, due to conditions such as sanyoga and other things. What is sanyoga? Sanyoga means connection. And there are several other factors which restrict the meaning of a word to one particular meaning. In Sanskrit, every word has several meanings. There are certain words which have more than 5-10 meanings also. For example, Go Shabda. For example, Hari Shabda. These have different meanings. When you say Harishwaraha athava Harihi, what do you mean by it? Hari means Lord Vishnu, Lord Indra, a monkey, then even fire. These several meanings are there. So, which meaning do you have to say take when you say Hari? So, these are the factors. What I am going to enumerate now are the factors that express or that help or that determine a meaning of a word. Sanyogo viprayogascha sahacharyam virodhita arthaha prakaranam lingam shabdasya anyasya sannithihi samarthyam auchiti deshaha kalaha vyaktihi swaradayaha shabdasya anavachede vishesha smriti hetavaha. These are the Vishesha Smriti Ketavaha, Vishesha Jnana Ketavaha. These are the conditions which create a Vishesha Jnana Shabdasya Anavacheti. To separate Shabda from other meanings of it and fixing it to one meaning. Sanyogaha. The first one is Sanyogaha. Sanyogaha means connection. Okay? Example is Sashankha Chakraha Hari. Harihi, Sashankha Chakraha, who has Shankha and Chakra. Among the several meanings of Hari Shabda, who is associated with Shankha and Chakra is Lord Vishnu. So, this word Sashankha Chakraha brings out the association between Hari and Shankha Chakras, and this Sanyoga fixes Hari, determines the meaning of Hari to Lord Vishnu, as Lord Vishnu. Then Viprayogaha. Viprayogaha means disjunction, being separated from one thing. Example is Ashankha Chakraha Harihi. Hari, Lord Vishnu, who does not have Ashankha Chakras. What does the Hari word mean here? Lord Vishnu again, because whether with the Shankha Chakras or without Shankha Chakras, it is only Lord Vishnu that has association with it. So, Ashankha Chakraha, this disjunction of Shankha Chakras from Hari also denotes the meaning as Hari, Lord Vishnu, from the word Hari. Then Sahacharyam. Sahacharyam means association. Association means being together with something. Okay. Rama Shabda, let us see. There are 3 Ramas. Parashurama, Dasharatha Rama, and Balarama. Three Bhargava Rama, Dasharatha Rama, and Balarama. 3 Ramas are. If you say Ramaha, whom do you refer to? First one, second one, or third one? Then Rama Lakshmano. Ramascha Lakshmanascha Rama Lakshmano. This Rama is associated with Lakshmana. Who is associated with Lakshmana always inseparably together with Lakshmana? Neither Bhargava Rama nor Balarama. It is only Dasharatha Rama. So, this association fixes Rama Shabda to Dasharatha Rama. It gives the meaning Dasharatha Rama. Then Virodhita. Virodhita means enmity. Again, here we have 3 Ramas. Bhargava Rama, Dasharatha Rama, and Balarama, and 2 Arjunas, Pandavarjuna and Kartavirya Arjuna. Rama-Arjuna Gatistayo, their behavior or their enmity, the enmity that they have between them is similar to the enmity of Rama and Arjuna. Which Rama do we mean here? Who is having enmity with Arjuna? And which Arjuna do we mean? Pandavarjuna or Kartavirya Arjuna? The Rama that has that is not associated, is not having any the Dasharatha Rama is not having any enmity with Arjuna. He doesn't have any connection with Arjuna. Balarama has connection with Arjuna, but he is not his enemy. So it is neither Dasharatha Rama nor Bhargava nor Balarama. It is Bhargava Rama. So Rama is fixed. Then Arjuna, Pandava Arjuna does not have any enmity with Parashurama. So it is Kartavirya. So Rama Shabda, the Virodhita, the Virodha between Kartavirya Arjuna and Parashurama fixes these two Rama Arjuna Shabdas without any without any prefixes like Bhargava Rama and Kartavirya Arjuna. Only these two Rama Arjuna Shabdas are fixed to this meaning because of the enmity between. Then Arthaha, purpose. Sthanam bhaja bhavachidi. Sthanam bhaja. You pray to Sthanu bhavachidi for the purpose of getting your bhava, samsara, chide, to get it completely cut and destroyed. And Sthana Shabda means either an immovable thing, either a trunk of a tree, a big stone, all these can be called Sthanu. Sthanu also means Parameshwara, Lord Shiva. Who can serve the purpose of Bhavacheda? It's not Sthanu, which is an immovable thing that can cut the Bhava. So, Bhavacheda, the purpose of Bhavacheda can be served by only Lord Shiva. So, the word Sthanu is fixed in the sense of Lord Shiva. Then, Prakaranam. Prakaranam means the context. Suppose a sentence, suppose a servant is standing in front of his master, a king, let us say, a king, and is saying, Sarvan Janati Devaha. Deva knows everything. What does the word Deva mean here? The God or the master? Because taking the context into consideration, we fix the word Deva to the meaning of master, to the meaning of the king. Then, Lingam. Lingam means, this Linga does not mean gender here. Linga means sign, something, the signs, outward signs that are associated with outward signs or inward signs that are associated with something. Peculiarity. Lingam means peculiarity. Kupito Makaradhvajaha. Makaradhvajaha, this word can have two meanings. Makara Dhvajaha. Makaraha dhajam yasya saha Makara Dhvajaha manmataha. Makara Dhvajaha, who has Makaras in him, Samudra. These two. Then, whom do you take as Makara Dhvaja kiya, Samudra or Manmatha? Kupitaha. This is the linga, this is the sign, peculiarity, through which we can pick out the meaning, we can pick up the meaning of Makaradhvaja. Only Manmatha Cupid can be angry, but not Samudra. So, Kupitaha means Makaradhvaja. Kupitaha Makaradhvajaha means it can be only Manmatha, but not Samudra. Anya Shabda Sannidhihi, proximity of another word. Existence of another word with it. Devaha Purarati. Devaha, the God. Which Deva do you mean? Lord Vishnu, Shiva, Brahma, or Indra? Whom else? Who are your master? What is the meaning of Devaha here? Purarati. It is associated with Purarati. Associated within means near with it. There is another word. Purarati. The enemy of, the destroyer of the three cities, Tripurasuras. Deva of Purarati. So, proximity of the word Purarati fixes the meaning of Devaha in the meaning of Lord Shiva. Then, Samarthyam means capacity. Madhuna Mattaha Kokilaha. Kokilaha Mattaha. a kokila is intoxicated. Madhuna with madhu. What is meant by madhu? Madhu means spring season. Then madhu means liquor, and madhu means this one. Madhu means honey. Okay, which meaning do we have to take? Kokila can be intoxicated only in spring season, in Vasanta Masa. So here the Madhu Shabda means Vasanta Masa, and this Madhuna does not show its linga also. Madhuhu, Madhu. These two words are actually different. Madhuhu means Vasanta Masa, and Madhuni means honey. But Madhuna, this Ritiyanta Shabda is not showing it's not expressing its linga also. It's a gender also. So Madhuna Mattaha Kokilaha with Mattaha Kokilaha. Kokila Matta, Kokilanam Mattatva. The ability to make kokilas intoxicated is only with Madhumasa, but not with honey. So it is Madhumasa. Madhuna means here Madhumasa. Then Auchiti. Auchiti means compatibility. Patuvo Daita Mukham. Okay. Okay, I'll skip it. Okay, then comes Deshaha. Deshaha means place. The place in which we are standing, and the place which we are talking about. Okay. Bhatyatra Parameshwaraha. A poet is praising his king. Atra, in this city, Parameshwaraha Bhat. Lord Shiva is stationed, and he is shining very bright. Which Parameshwara does he mean? His master, his king, or Lord Shiva? Atra, due to the word Atra, he's mentioning the Rajdhani. He is talking about the Rajdhani with the word Atra. He is referring to Rajdhani. Since Rajdhani is referred to, the Parameshwara that is situated there, that is stationed there, is the king, but not Lord Shiva. So Parameshwara Shabda means the king who is capable of either favoring or destroying anyone. Nigraha Anugraha Samartha Raja. That is the meaning of Parameshwara. Then Chitrabhanur Vibhati. Kalaha. Time. Chitrabhanur Vibhati. Chitrabhanu is shining. Chitrabhanu means the sun and the moon. If the sentence is uttered during daytime, Chitrabhanuhu means the sun is shining. If the sentence is used by night, then Chitrabhanuhu means the moon. Chitrabhanuhu Vibhati, the moon is shining. So Kala also determines the meaning of a word. Then Vyaktihi. Vyaktihi means Lingaha, gender. Gender. Mitram Bhati, Mitraha Bhati. Mitra Shabda has a Pumlinga Rupa and Napumsakalinga Rupa. When it is used in Pumlinga, Mitraha, it means the sun. When it is used in Napumsakalinga, Mitram, then it means a friend. Mitram Bhati means a friend is he is being well, he is happy, and so on. Mitraha Bhati, the sun is shining. So the gender determines the meaning of the word here. Then Swaraha. Swara also determines the meaning. For example, Indra Shatruhu. Indraha Shatruhu yasya saha Indra Shatruhu. Indrasya Shatruhu Indra Shatruhu. Indrasya Shatruhu Indra Shatruhu is a Tatpurusha Samasa. It has a different Swara. And Indraha Shatruhu yasya saha is Bahurihi Samasa. It has a Swara. And there is a long story about this word also. Let's not get into it now. So these swaras are used in Veda, but not in the colloquial language. So swara is not applicable to this context. All these things, after all these things determine all these things are any of these things determines the meaning of the word. When Mukhyartha expresses when Mukhyartha is expressed, is denoted, and another meaning comes out of the same sentence, that is called Vyangyartha, and the Vyapara that expresses it is Vyanjana. Then the word becomes Vyanjaka Shabda. This here I'm taking the I have to explain about Vyangyartha also. This Vyangyartha is known as Dvani also. This Dvani is brought into existence or is first established by Anandavardhana in his Dvanyaloka. At first it was, there were only two Vyaparas, Abhidha and Lakshana, Vyaparas of the word that were agreed by all scholars, all Shastrajnas. But later, when this Vyangyartha is established, at first all scholars opposed it. They refuted his Siddhanta. But later, this Siddhanta was supported by, as I told you, first Abhinavagupta, who has a very loud voice and a very strong capacity to argue, and Mamata Bhatta. These two supported Dhvani Siddhanta and made it very much famous. And later, with the establishment of Dhvani Siddhanta, many developments had occurred, and especially in the Rasa Siddhanta of Bharata Muni, a proper resolution or a proper Siddhanta could be made. How Asthai Bhava becomes Rasa is clearly established and explained by Abhinavagupta, who is the last one to talk about all this, talk about the Rasa Siddhanta. Then this Dvani, Vyangyartha or Vyangyartha, Pratiyamanartha or Dvani has three varieties, Vastudvani, Alankara Dvani and Rasadvani. And this Rasadvani has become the had become the Atma of Kavya later on with the revelation of or with the establishment of Vyanjana Vyapara. Now, let me first explain this Pratiyamanam Punaranyadeva Vastvasti Vanishu Mahakavina Yattat Prasiddhavayavatiriktam Vibhati Lavanyamivanganasu. Pratiyamanartha is Anyadeva, is something different. Anyadeva Vastu Asti Vanishu Mahakavina, which shines in the speeches of Mahakavis. Yattat Prasiddhavayavatiriktam, that is Vibhati Lavanyamivanganasu. This shines very beautifully. Lavanyam iva anganasu, like Lavanya in a beautiful damsel. So we can say this beautiful woman is Lavanyavati, but we cannot clearly define or we cannot clearly state where that Lavanya exists in her entire body, in the face, in the body, in the hands. Where does it exist? It exists all over, but it cannot be defined. It cannot be separated from the bodies and explained clearly. Similarly, Pratiyamanartha also is there, is a part and parcel of the same Shabda. Vibhati, it shines. Where does it shine? Vanishu Mahakavina, in the speeches of Mahakavis like Valmiki, Kalidasa, and so on. So, and this Pratiyamanartha, let me conclude this my presentation with one shloka that is given as an example by Anandavardhana himself in his Dhanyaloka. It is a Prakrita Gatha. Bhama Dhammiya Visatho So Sunayo Ajya Mario Dena Gola Nayi Kacha Kudunga Vasina Darya Sihena. This is Prakrita. Okay. And the Sanskrita Chaya of it is Brahmadharmika Visrabdhaha. Brahmadharmika Visrabdhaha Sa Shunamodya Maritas Tena Gola Nadi Kacha Kudunga Vasina Drutta Simhena. A girl is speaking to a sannyasi who came to her house for Bhiksha Dharmika Brahma Visrabdhaha. Today onwards you can roam about without any fear, comfortably. Sa Shunakaha Adya Maritas Tena Gola Nadi Kacha Kudunga Vasina Drutta Simhena. Sa Shunakaha, that the dog who had been troubling you, who had been barking at you and troubling you all these days, Maritaha was killed by Drupta Simhena, by a big lion, a ferocious lion, Gola Nadi Kacha Kudunga Vasina, who is residing, the lion who is residing, who is living in a Kudunga, in a bush on the bank of the river Godavari. This girl is telling him to roam about the village without any fear. This is Vachyartha is Vidhirupa. And what she is actually doing is preventing him or prohibiting him from going to the bushes of bushes that are there on the bank of the river Godavari. Means this Vachyartha is Vidhurupa and the Vyangyartha is Pratishedha Rupa, because that is the place where he meets, where this girl meets her lover. So he is preventing him, or he is prohibiting him from going to the bank of the river and having time. So this is how the functions of the word are of three kinds, and to my knowledge and to my ability, I tried to put them, bring them to you, and hope this is something useful to you all. Thank you. Madhavi, you can take over.
Yeah, the attendees can ask any questions. Okay, madam. I don't think they have any questions. Thank you, Vasanta madam. Thank you, Sastri garu.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ma.
Yeah, ma. Namaste.
Namaste.